Welcome to this week's episode of Campbell and Jones Meet the Monsters, a podcast where we chart the cinematic legacy of the classic monsters. I'm John Campbell. With me as always, Brendan Jones.
John,
Yes.
I gotta say that this week's film
Yes.
is, let's put some qualifiers on it.
Yeah.
Of all of the Thai vampires on dirt bikes fighting Muay Thai
Yeah.
against courtroom artist interpretation of Milo Ventimiglia.
Milo Ventimiglia? Yeah.
That's his name.
Yep.
This is my favorite.
And then that's tough.
Out of that genre.
It's tough, right? Because there's just so many, and they're all so good. What did we watch
Actually,
this week?
he is Bobo Milo Ventimiglia.
This guy, I'll say, the movie we watched this week, Vampires of the Terrain, is terrible.
Yeah.
For many reasons. But, still, 90% of it is I could not stand this guy. I found him so dull, so wildly we've seen bad this guy is so actively uninteresting.
What's sad is there's a couple people, and literally in this cast, maybe two people that can act, and neither of whom should win awards, but can act.
I know which two people we're talking about.
Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
But I will say the problem is the movie doesn't spend any time with Roger Ewan. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Roger, Ewan.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay,
and
then he's not one of the two people that I was.
I thought that's who you were thinking.
I like him, but I was going to say, obviously, the only people I do know Roger Ewan from, because he's in a lot of action stuff.
Yes,
I know him. And much better action stuff, right? Like John Wick and Dune.
His career
Skyfall.
did not suffer, though he's never had really a lot of leads. But I thought
he's a go-to henchman guy. He's got a good presence.
Yes, he does, and like I said, can act.
Mm-hmm.
And then Meredith Monroe,
yes,
who is really their name actor in this, which is not saying much. I mean, obviously Dawson's Creek, and assorted.
Well, and of course, to me, being a huge Criminal Minds fan, I know her as Agent Hotchner's wife from Criminal Minds.
Okay, I don't think I was watching Criminal Minds when she was a character on there. I've really only watched a few episodes in my life.
Yeah, I'm a big Criminal Minds. She was Thomas Gibson's wife on
Criminal
Minds.
Well, good for her, good for Thomas Gibson.
Good for Thomas Gibson until he got fired for assaulting one of the writers.
Yeah, apparently that's not a thing you should do.
Yeah,
apparently kicking them literally in the ass, I think, is what he did.
I can't imagine what it was like to be on that set, right? When it's like a script disagreement, and then you see one of the lead actors of the show kick a writer in the ass. that had to be. You must have been able to hear a pin drop after that happened.
Yeah, and then canceled. But regardless,
he had to go to anger management.
So there's maybe a couple people that hold the screen in this movie.
The other guy who I think, or at least I've seen him be good in other stuff, is Patrick Bacall, who plays.
I think he's terrible in this.
Well,
I know he's a familiar face.
I should say I've seen him be good in other stuff.
Yes,
I don't think he's good in this.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed him in Carnival.
Yes, Carnival. He was on. We've mentioned before about my love of The Pretender as a kid. He was on that show.
Oh, right, The Pretender. That's right.
And I distinctly remember him from David Fincher's Panic Room, where he plays Jodie Foster's husband in that. Who gets the if you hated him in this movie, watch Panic Room, because he gets the absolute shit beaten out of him in that movie.
I didn't hate him in this movie. It's just that it was clearly a case of he doesn't care.
No,
because he's not one that is like, I'm gonna still give it my all. No, in this he's checked out. He's checked out.
He's like, this is a paycheck till I get to the net until I get that. Literally, he's on. He did this between Carnival seasons.
Oh wow! The two characters.
So he's like, once I'm back, once HBO calls me back, then I can care again.
The characters we spend the most time with are unfortunately the worst actors, and that is Colin Egglesfield as our lead, and Stephanie Chow
also
as the incredibly beautiful.
Of course, but so boring.
The worst line reads.
I mean,
the worst.
Yeah, literally, where you're going like, that's the best take they had of that.
And when it's a thing of she is not just like sexy lead vampire and sympathetic, because there are good vampires and bad vampires in this one.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she's doing our voiceover, and she's like the queen. She's the one that started it all centuries before, and she, even though she speaks Thai at a certain point, I'm sure that was phonetically learned, because she sounds as American as anyone I went to high school with. So there's no hint of any kind of exoticness or age in her voice. And she's just like, 800 years ago, I did a thing, and then the vampires did a bad thing, and now I want to end the curse and on the clips. Oh God, this is terrible.
She may be of Thai descent or something, but
maybe, yeah.
But definitely an LA native, as it says here in her.
Yes.
You're like,
and there is no attempt to go, maybe try an accent to give yourself some sort of sense of otherness.
Well, and then if you look at the cast list, like we've mentioned almost every named character. There are almost no actual characters in the movie. Pretty much everyone else is just like Slayer #1, Thai policeman, young dancer, boxer, you know.
Some of the characters, especially when it gets to the vampires, this is kind of common when it's all about like groups, like a gang. They get like, you can only go, oh, that's the guy with the weird shades.
A lot of my notes are
that's the person with the dangly earring.
Yeah, a lot of my notes are stuff like that.
I know exactly who this
like,
person is.
Yeah, I got ponytail and sunglasses and
Sunglasses gets the I blow it up on a dirt bike scene. But anyway,
he does have the best death I've ever. I want to talk about the people who made this, because I think a lot of that will explain what we saw here. The script is credited to two people. Somehow, two people wrote this movie.
Yeah.
Believe it or not,
wrote this.
We have D.B. Farmer, who this is his only IMDb credit at all.
I can't believe that.
This is it. And then the slightly more experienced Andy Hurst, who has given us such classics as Wild Things 2. Sorry, lest we forget, also Wild Things, Diamonds in the Rough. He also wrote Single White Female 2, The Psycho.
When you need to follow an okay average thriller.
Yeah, it's all right.
With a weak, watery follow-up.
Who was even in that? Nobody.
Who knows?
Nobody.
Nobody.
They didn't even bother. I have seen one other movie he wrote, the absolutely atrocious film we covered over on the Action Shelf called The Marksman with Wesley Snipes, that is truly it's about the same quality as this. If you were looking for action, I would say the action is right on par with this. And then also something called Nature Unleashed: Earthquake. So that speaks to what kind of. And then you have Martin J. Weiss is our director, and this is the only feature film he's made.
No. This has some amazing shots, like vampire POV where there's some sort of fisheye edge to the lens.
He directed this is his directorial debut. Then he does a short in 2007, a couple of like deep cable TV movies, and his last directing credit is the opening sequence of the 46th Annual Academy of Country Music Awards in 2011. And that's it.
Man, I hope they're also featuring. I hope that in that one, there was also a lot of shots of random stock shots of people in Thailand.
God, most of this movie is that. It's incredible.
Which actually, strangely, is a strength. And that's the only thing I liked about this whole thing was, hey, and it's a shame they wasted it, but you've taken us to a culture we don't get to see much. At least on this side of the world, and that's an interesting place to put your vampire movie.
Absolutely.
And so I actually liked it. I was like, what is this street celebration we keep going back to? I've never seen this before.
Yeah, but this is not a
but we don't.
Bond movie where we're gonna soak in a culture while we have an adventure.
No, but there
No.
is a tuk-tuk in this, and
Oh,
I felt better.
oh
I
well,
was like,
because who could forget the character of Tuk Tuk Driver as listed?
you
in
go
the
to
credits.
Thailand, I expect to see a tuk-tuk somewhere.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. This is not for Tuk Tuk.
No.
Anyway, so yes, that and here's the weirdest thing. So this started its life as the third John Carpenter's vampire movie, and at some point it stopped being that, but it's still kind of that, because you can buy the DVD set of what they call the Vampires Collection, which includes John Carpenter's Vampires, John Carpenter's Vampires Los Muertos, and then Vampires the Turning. Because at some point this had John Carpenter's name on it, and then he asked that it be taken off.
Well, he directed the first.
Mm-hmm.
He produced the second.
Which is directed, Tommy Lee Wallace.
Yes, and he had absolutely nothing to do with this one. But
he didn't even want the check on this one.
No, I think that the script probably did, and this indicates.
There's a very slight indication that this takes place
that
in the world of
that the
vampires.
pro, as he says, we're slayers, pro slayers.
Yeah.
By the way, I do love the fact that
boy do you long for the days of James Woods with his cool poses.
Yeah, actually, yeah. But this is a world in which the uninitiated, just random person accepts vampires very quickly and with absolutely no.
Once again, this thing clocks in at 81 minutes total. So
he never even sits there going, that can't be. This is unreal.
Nope.
No, he just is immediately in on it, and okay, fine.
Brendan, that would require an expression of emotion, something this man is not capable of.
Hey, look, he did wander the streets going, Amanda!
Oh, man. I will say that. I always think of... Roger Ebert always talks about a sign of a bad horror movie is when people are just shouting other characters' names. And that's exactly when it just... Amanda!
Amanda! Come
and
back,
also,
Amanda.
Also,
oh no, you're on somebody's bike, Amanda.
I know. I mean, look, we don't want Meredith Monroe to be with the vampires, but I don't want her to be with this guy who's a huge piece of shit to her.
Yeah, and
that's a big problem.
The slightest intriguing story thing is so subtly put in and not even dealt with, which is supposedly the idea we get in flashbacks is maybe he was asking her whether she had been unfaithful to him on the plane ride over to Thailand.
Yeah.
And then she does end up with the vampires and then disappears from the movie till like pretty much the end.
Because for this movie, Meredith Monroe is too expensive for more than a couple of days.
And then at the end, spoiler alert, he saves her. And so that should be the happy ending. But they actually are on a plane ride going back home. And there's still this emotional, chilly distance. I actually thought that's intriguing. Is that the hero saves the girl, but they still may not end up together.
Well, I would have liked to. She jumping to the end of the movie, which we have there. She doesn't say a word.
She doesn't,
which I thought was so weird. So it's all left in this like, I like the idea of the melancholy ending, but like. The answer is there's just nothing. But
there's nothing to support it, and there's also no real exploration of the backstory. And she spends the entire movie at the very beginning. They have a breakup-ish scene, and she walks away.
Well, after
she gets abducted by vampires.
You mean after he takes her to a Muay Thai competition and she's sprayed with CGI blood? Oh, that blood sailing through the air. Oh man.
I thought that was great.
Yeah. Amazing. Some of the best effects we've ever seen.
And I was sitting there going like, all right, this movie will probably stink, but at least Meredith Monroe's on screen and she's always a cutie.
Yep.
And she disappears. Literally, the vampires abduct her.
Absolutely.
She shows up as a nearly turned person in an underground thing. And then in a fantasy sequence where he is screwing the absolutely wooden but lovely immortal vampire lady. And then she shows up at the end when he saves her and doesn't say anything on the plane. That is the entirety of Meredith Monroe's scenes in this movie. And I was like going, I got gypped because she was my out. She was like, well, at least I'll be able to look at Meredith Monroe. Nope.
Well, and
No.
she is a good actor. I mean, she's not like an amazing actor, but she's a good actor.
Well, compared to who she's up against,
Yeah, I mean,
man,
she's,
she is acting everybody off the
look at
fucking screen.
Look at her career, and it's, she does a lot of TV, but always like solid guest turns on television.
Sure, sure.
I mean,
I'm not is one way or the other,
yeah,
but I felt
it's just like,
cheated because I needed more.
And she was the voice of Pepper Potts in Iron Man 2, the video game. So,
oh,
because
well, that I
you know what's
never
interesting? Because I remember when she was on Dawson's Creek, and I remember thinking, she's like a TV Gwyneth Paltrow. So that makes a lot of sense to me.
Did you really?
I did think
that way.
She struck me as that way.
I do hear it in her voice.
Yeah, when
she is a good vocal match.
Most so on Dawson.
The thing that I will say is that, and
I felt like they wrote a Gwyneth Paltrow type in their casting decision for Dawson.
When she showed up on that show, and I was like, well, who is this? Of course, that was years ago, and
yep.
In fact,
ooh. She did this right after Dawson ended. This was the first thing she does.
And then I found out
Dawson.
she was from Houston, and I was like, oh
cool.
dude.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
To be fair, I actually really don't know anything about the woman other than she was on Dawson and Criminal Minds.
Yeah, well, I had bothered her to look her up, or maybe she was interviewed somewhere because she was on the new. She was the new person on a hot show.
Right.
But I just remember going, "Oh, damn! Does that mean we were walking around the same city?" And I never got to meet.
I did not know that she made her acting debut on the Dangerous Minds TV show. I didn't remember they did a TV show of Dangerous Minds.
Oh, me either.
With Annie Potts.
What?
Annie Potts played the Michelle Pfeiffer part in the.
But did they keep Gangster's Paradise in there?
Oh, that had to be the theme song, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I had no. Boy, what a terrible idea that was.
Gangster's Paradise. Well, every week, I'm sure she taught somebody the joy of learning.
By the way, folks, do yourself a favor. Just go look up the poster for the Dangerous Mind show. It is Annie Potts trying to do the cross arm. I'm a tough teacher, surrounded by.
But let's also be clear: we love Annie Potts.
Love Annie Potts. Just a very weird choice for that. Love Annie Potts. Of course, I love Annie. Are you kidding me? It's Janine from Ghostbusters.
I know. I just wanted to make sure everyone knew.
Also, she's Bo Peep in the Toy Story movies, where she's great.
She's pretty much great in everything she's ever been in.
That's a
you want to say designing women? Sure, let's throw in some designing women.
I mean,
let's throw in Corvette Summer. She's amazing in Corvette Summer.
Totally watchable movie. Not great, but totally watchable.
She's very funny in even if she's a bit part in Who's Harry Crumb.
Yes, always good. Just a very, very weird choice for that.
Yeah,
and also another one of those movies where the song is probably more famous than the movie. Not that the movie's bad or it's remembered, but anyway, there was a whole run of those inner city teacher movies.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so yes, we got to start with our opening narration though. Which, don't worry though, this piece of information will be told to us at least 3 times throughout the movie.
Was it just me? I mean, I did have the volume up, but were there a few words in her narration where I was actually like, "What?"
Yeah,
I don't know what that word was. I mean, I got the gist of everything, but I was like, "What was that she just said?"
It speaks to the laziness of this movie that her performance is so dull, and she like swallows some of the words. Yeah, and and they were just like, fucking whatever. Like, it doesn't goddamn matter on this thing.
We're getting vampire mythology, essentially.
Yeah.
And
by the way, if this is meant to connect to John Carpenter's vampire, totally new vampire mythology then. Because this is all, none of this has been the case in vampires or, Vampires Los Muertos is better than this. And that movie's horrible.
And that movie is junk.
Yep. Absolute garbage. But I will take that over this any goddamn day.
Yep.
Because this is, and so we start with basically the whole idea is vampires used to be peaceful, right? They didn't harm people.
Right. They drank blood, but only animal blood.
Then she was the first to drink blood, as this character sang.
She broke the, I guess it was like a covenant where you wouldn't drink human blood. And she did only to kill this, was it suitor or somebody? And that created the suitor then became the first human blood drinking vampire, the bad vampires.
Now, is that the character of Neron, or is that a different guy?
I think that is Neron.
Yeah, who I found.
Who I kept hearing Neron, and I kept thinking of the DC villain who's like a devil character.
Oh, I wish, man. I wish any DC character was in this thing. Good
My
Lord.
brain goes to comics.
Yep.
It stays in comics. Anyway, but he's not that good.
Nah, that guy's super boring.
So basically, what she has been trying to do is not just erase the entire curse of the people
because she's the one who
vampires.
broke the covenant. She's the only one who can set things right.
And by setting things right, that means sacrificing herself,
right?
Which will also erase all vampires, even the good ones. It'll take the curse away.
So convenient.
It is, but it has to happen on the anniversary of when she did it, and also where she did the original killing, and also during a freaking eclipse. And so the first one in 800 years is coming up, and so it's her chance to wipe out all vampires. The end.
Yeah, I know. Amazing.
I hate it. I hate it already.
Yeah, it's both stupid and convoluted, that's the best combination.
Yeah, you don't want that combo.
Yeah. So yes, then we go to the Muay Thai match where, dude. Number one, like you're talking about Bobo, Milo Ventimiglia, but just so 2005 douchey here, right?
Is there a possibility he was cast because the guy does Muay Thai?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
I'm not saying he's amazing, but the only time
I will say
actor proves his worth is he's doing the fight scenes very well.
I will say, though, all it says in his trivia is he trains in martial arts, which means he probably knows a little bit. There's no, having done the action shelf, a lot of those guys are, like, black belt in. It's like, I think he's reasonably okay at martial arts.
Yeah, this guy doesn't come across as a master, but at the same time, he doesn't look like an actor who... Correct. He doesn't look like Finn Jones. Sorry, Finn.
Well, and not Finn Jones' fault, as we know. They gave him absolutely no time.
They gave him 4 days to become Iron Fist, the living weapon.
There's your big mistake. I always want to say, like, it's not like that guy dogged it.
No,
because I think people are like, "What an idiot! You wouldn't learn martial arts." I think he tried.
I will say he looks exactly the way I wanted the character.
Oh, I remember when they cast him. I thought perfect, dead on. This guy, though, Colin Egglesfield, who's still acting, man. I can't believe it. But
I know, I saw that.
But I will say...
he's playing, like, CIA agent. He's playing characters like that.
In stuff like that, and a lot of soap opera and Hallmark Christmas movies.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and it's like, immediately when I saw that, I went, yep, that's it. Because on that stuff, it's about the look, right? It's just like, if you are reasonably handsome... And he was in the attempted reboot of Melrose Place.
Oh.
When they tried to bring back Melrose Place with a new generation of hotties.
Oh, my God.
He was one of them.
And that lasted, what, a season?
13 episodes.
Oh, boy.
Because you can't go back. You can never capture the magic of Melrose Place.
Where is your Courtney Thorne-Smith?
Well, I do have a certain love of Melrose Place because it was... It totally was just what it was. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it is the soapiest of soaps.
I ironically watched and enjoyed both Beverly Hills 90210 and Melrose Place.
Yep. That's exactly how I feel about them.
And enjoyed in like, well, this is dumb, but it's like candy.
It's absolutely. I don't go in for the guilty pleasure thing, but that's as close as it is.
It did not fill me up, and it did not enrich my life.
It was fun, and it was fun in a very 90s way that I think trying to bring it back in the 2000s was like, yeah, I don't think so. They also tried to bring back 90210, and that was slightly more successful, but still.
Yeah, that lasted a little bit. And, they've been bringing back Dallas every few years.
Dynasty, they just did a new Dynasty.
All the primetime soaps come back.
Yeah, but I just don't think they don't set the world on fire like they once did.
They don't.
All right, so she's all pissed because she's like, I don't like this, and he's like, whatever, babe. I love Muay Thai.
What seems weird is
I hate this guy.
We also don't get any backstory, but he seems to either be like, I want to be a Muay Thai guy, or I've studied this.
He says,
so in other words, this seems like the reason he came to Thailand.
Yeah.
So why is she here? You know, it's like he just drug his girlfriend to another country,
Well,
and he's like, "Don't worry, tomorrow we'll ride elephants or
That's
some
what I mean.
shit."
I think it was like babe, let's go to Thailand, and he didn't tell her about the.
Yeah,
It's like,
and then
whoa.
she's like, "Is this gonna be just about Jesus? What the hell?" It's just like, "Is this gonna be just about you and the Muay Thai?" And
Yeah.
yes,
And
that is exactly all it was.
She literally gets sprayed in blood, which, by the way, she has that blood-stained shirt for the rest of the movie.
Well, and that's okay because again, she gets abducted.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And you know, but what I found funny was this guy is so into saving his girlfriend and joining good vampires and fighting. He never changes either.
Nope.
And he has access to his hotel room at certain points, but we see him in the same shirt and pants for the entire film.
Yep.
And days are passing.
Oh yeah.
Days.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's actually unclear how much time. I mean, it has to be days, but they keep talking about it like it's a short period of time. Like it's one of these movies where it's like, I don't know, like a week passed, but everybody's acting like it's been 12 hours.
Well, there's the one thing about, you know, he talks to the cops and they say, just like in America, you can't say a person's missing till 48 hours or whatever. And he's like, all right, fine. And then he goes and he finds the house.
The needlessly douchey Thai cop who's just like, nah,
oh my God.
Sounds like you two had a fight and she ran out on you. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, essentially, he also kind of goes, I mean, we're not to that point, but basically he goes, when he says the name of the district where the vampire mansion is, that's when the cop goes, uh-oh, because he must know. It's like, oh, that. And so he's like, oh, she wasn't kidnapped. She'll be back at the hotel room. Just you go see. Get out of here. No kidnap. American.
Oh, you kidding? It's stupid America. But that's the thing is, I'm also kind of like, well, yeah, he is a stupid American. Look at this guy. Because he does just barrel around going, I gotta know what's up.
Yep.
And
oh, by the way, he doesn't tell the cops that he saw a guy beheaded. I mean, whether or not he automatically knows these are vampires or not, he just says these guys attacked me.
It was crazy, man.
And I saw that they had my girlfriend on the back of their bikes, and but he neglects to mention the guy showing up with a katana and cutting a guy's head off.
I was also thinking about the sort of the movie being a little Matrixy and sort of this like, because I'm kind of doing the like, whoa, because there is sort of this thing about like the regular guy discovers the underground world. I mean, that's not unique to the Matrix, but there is, I think, supposed to be, I think they were definitely looking for this sort of like, whoa, kind of Keanu-esque.
But the guy doesn't react to anything. I
no,
mean,
that's the problem. Yeah.
The whole thing is like,
that should be how
got my girlfriend. And they got my girlfriend as a normal human reaction, but these are vampires thing gets nothing.
Nope.
A guy disintegrating in front of them gets nothing. People with fangs gets nothing.
Sure. Yeah,
it's
just like
more like, oh, this is just another problem with me trying to get my girlfriend back.
Vampires, okay.
Yeah. Jesus. And then
why do we want to watch a movie about this guy?
I don't know, but we're gonna spend all our time with him, and that was where I was like going, guys, you're leaving the camera in the care of this character and actor, and that's not good.
Well, and she has this line when she's storming out. She's covered in blood. She's pissed at him, and he's like, "Babe, you know my life's about Muay Thai, I guess."
And she goes, well, I guess we just want different things.
And she has this like one-off drop line where she goes like, things have been bad for a while. And I'm like, oh, great writing movie. There you go. Now you don't have to explain anything else. Never mind.
Yeah.
They've had problems
don't worry.
for a while.
We'll get flashbacks, though, where he goes, come on, I just want to know, did you or did you not?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, what is he getting
And by the way, I'm 100% rooting for this woman to cheat on him because Meredith Monroe, you can do so much better.
You can do so much better.
My God,
and whether
this
it's a
fucking
vampire or somebody else, even if it's Pacey, you can do better.
We've seen both her and her TV brother now in terrible vampire movies. So
that's true.
Isn't that crazy?
I thought the same thing.
We had Kerr Smith. And then we had Pacey. We're close to having the entire cast of Dawson's Creek on this show.
I don't think we're gonna get a Katie Holmes or a Michelle Williams, are we?
I don't think Vanderbeek even did a monster movie. No, he just
Yeah.
played football.
Well, that was their mistake.
I don't want your life.
I don't want your non-life, your undead life.
I'm actually surprised. I don't think Vanderbeek ever did a supernatural or like a horror thing, period, which is unusual for.
Well, his
those
career
WB.
actually did kind of dry up post Dawson's Creek.
It was
and
pretty
that
clear,
movie.
It was pretty clear he didn't have it. And
Right.
no offense, he's not a bad actor, but it's just like...
No, but then, of course, it would be up to people like Kevin Smith to say, hey, let's bring you in, and you'll be funny in this. And then he got sitcom.
Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23, where
and he was pretty funny in that.
He did. I know you're not a fan, or you didn't really know, but he did a couple episodes of How I Met Your Mother, where he's pretty funny too. And it was it was sort of like, because I think there's always a thing about like, oh, hunky guy has a sense of humor about himself.
Wow.
But he never had. It was
like the way the Rob Lowe came back.
Right.
It's like, there's actual comedy in the incredibly handsome guy.
There is, except he's not. Vanderbeek's not as compelling.
No, he's not.
But the other thing is, I remember even watching Dawson's Creek. It was like Jackson is clearly the more interesting of the two and has more range. Anyway, and by the way,
no one cries like Vanderbeek.
Oh man, he
I don't want to wait.
I just remember the Simpsons joke where Homer's watching Dawson's Creek, and it's the perfect summation of the show where we don't even see what's on the screen, but Homer just goes, "Oh man, Dawson's gonna be bummed." And you're like, "Yep, that's the show." Whatever happens, Dawson was bummed about it. All right, so
Pretty much.
So she takes off, and so begins most of the movie. Him going, Amanda.
This is in the middle of. We don't even know the city, or if they mention it.
It does. Yeah, it could not matter less to this movie.
But they are in Thailand somewhere, and she walks off into a very busy night area.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, if you're a tourist, and this isn't a slam at Thailand, anywhere. You are not a local. You don't want to break up with the only person you know and then wander off into a crowd full of strangers.
Yeah, you go to anywhere and it's going to have its bad parts of town, and you not being familiar with it aren't going to know where that is.
Right. And also, if you've gone to a Muay Thai boxing arena, you're in the bad area of town.
Well, and this doesn't look like the most organized of things, the most official fighting. They're not at an arena.
No, she walks off.
He's a half step away from.
Come back.
I was gonna say this place is just down the street. Rambo is stick fighting someone.
Exactly. And then she ends up being approached by handsome Neuron.
Yeah.
Who is suave.
Dom Hetracool is this actor's name.
Yes, he's a suave vampire who these vampires, like they do in some of the TV shows and movies, they don't always look vampire-y, even though he's got sort of the veins thing, but he's still a handsome guy. So he's like, where are you going? I can help you get back to your hotel. And she's like, it's over there. And he's like, okay, let me walk you there. And she automatically goes, yeah, no problem with that. Sure. And then he takes her down an alley and she's like, are you sure this is the quickest and safest way? And he goes, absolutely.
This guy must
she's a stupid traveler.
This guy must live in Thailand because he's been in 3 separate movies with Bangkok in the title.
Perfect.
Yeah, the only one I've seen is Bangkok Dangerous. Do you remember that with Nicolas Cage?
No.
Yeah, it's not.
I remember the title. I never saw that movie.
It's not. We used to, Listman and I used to, friend of the show, Michael Listman and I used to joke about that movie all the time. Or we would imagine the pitch meeting where they're going like, oh, what are we going to call it? I don't know. Where is it set? Bangkok? And what's the general feeling of the movie? Kind of dangerous. Yeah, it was just
I think from now on, if you are in any kind of danger, it should be a rating. Like if you're calling 911, they're like going, "Are you in danger? Is it Bangkok dangerous?" And you're like, "It is full on Bangkok.
It is
dangerous.
full on Bangkok. I just remember that movie for the absolute. I mean, there's a lot of bad Nicolas Cage hair, but his hair in that movie is horrible. It's a jet black mullet basically.
Was this after was it the IRS? Is that when they claimed all of his wigs and then he was
it's right in this is all they left me with.
It's like I was forced to make this out of roadkill.
Yeah. Anyway,
jumping back into this terrible movie.
Yeah. So this, I guess the idea is that he's hypnotizing her in some capacity, right?
Some capacity,
And
but really he's behind her most of the time.
Yeah.
But it is a sort of like,
And he leads her down. I
I'm
love
being a nice guy.
He goes right down this incredibly dark alley is where your hotel is, and she's like, "Are you sure this doesn't seem safe? It's plenty safe."
Yep.
And the thing I wrote down is he keeps going, "Someone as beautiful as you should never.
Yeah,
be
shouldn't.
Someone
like,
as beautiful as you should never be without a boyfriend." You know. It's
he does the whole thing of like. He goes, "You seem sad," and she's like, "Yeah, I just not had a good night." And he goes, "Your boyfriend left you." And what I find hilarious is she is asked to act as if that she's shocked he has such amazing insight.
How could you? A woman crying, and he jumps to, "Did your boyfriend leave you?"
I'm like, lady, you should be instead just like going, "Wow,
how do you figure
you're
that
really
out?
Intelligent. Wow."
Yeah. There was like a 90% chance it was a relationship ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's kind of into it, and then sort of because she's kind of being lulled, and then he bites her, and bikers show up.
Yeah, you gotta love the motorbike riding vampires.
Dirt bikes. Dirt bikes.
Yeah, dirt bikes specific.
Vampires on dirt bikes. I letterboxed when I went to rate this, and I didn't rate it very high.
Oh no spoilers. Go to Brendan's letterbox.
But someone in the review like going, "Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
vampires, dirt bikes, Muay Thai. How could this movie have been so bad?"
It really is.
And it's like, sure, these are interesting combos.
And I actually don't even. I mean, the vampire mythos could have. I mean, the idea of there being good and bad vampires.
Sure,
that's always an interesting idea.
And then you put the Slayers into the mix.
And the Slayers who don't want the the big spoiler there is the Slayers don't want the vampires to be cured because then they're out of business.
They're kind
of interesting.
Yeah,
kind of interesting. I will say, not many people defending this on IMDb.
No,
but none. And
there's always going to be somebody.
There's always some psycho on IMDb.
There's always going to be someone who's like going, "Finally, the vampire movie I've been waiting for."
I do. Most of the really positive reviews, though, are like, "This is better than it should be." So even still, it's like, which by the way, it's not. But two, even there, still like the caveats of like, yeah, I mean, it's not good, you know.
Better than it should be is the weakest thing you can say.
But also, no, it's still, even as a
2-hour compilation of guys getting hit in the balls. You know, this is better than it should be. I was gripped.
I do always feel that is the faintest. That's about as good as it ever got over on the action shelf, as we would just be like,
sure,
I don't know.
Like every now and then, it's like, hey, that was mildly entertaining.
This thing had like a 3-act structure I could follow. Wow.
By the way, speaking of Letterboxd, the reason I brought that up is last night I not only went in there to put this in, I suddenly was like, oh, I've never put in the ones I've done for your action shelf.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, this ruins all of my Letterboxd cred. But I put in my 2 bronzies. I put in Dean Cain.
Yeah.
And I put in Steven Seagal fighting vampires with a katana.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
if you're that's one of those where if you're wondering why we're not covering that Seagal vampire movie in here, you can go over to Action Shelf and listen to that.
We covered it.
We sure did, and it's bad. Though that's probably about as bad as this. I would say those are maybe on.
Yeah.
I kind of had more fun with the Seagal one because at least I was laughing at Seagal.
Yeah. He's hilariously fat and inept.
Yeah, it's all right. As we always say on the Action Shelf, it's totally fine to body shame that monster.
And at least you get Keith David for like a minute or two.
Back at the base.
Yeah, it's like just talk, man.
Yeah,
just give me that voice.
Keith David can always come in for a day and be the general back at base.
Yep.
So yeah, I do. So I love this. They talk about later in the movie. They go, "Hey man," when he wants to fight the vampires, they're like, "You don't stand a chance against these vampires." They're like, well, I don't know, man, because immediately here when he tracks them, they all just kind of Muay Thai fight him. They aren't quick to use their vampire powers. Eventually, they knock him across the alley.
It is this sort of default where it's like, I'm sure Superman knows some fighting moves.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it just be easier for Superman just to do the pinky flick and throw someone into a wall?
Of course.
So these vampires that decide we're going to Muay Thai with this guy, just grab him and throw him for 2 blocks because you have super strength.
That's one of the things I loved in the Netflix Luke Cage show. They really didn't have like Luke Cage slug it out with people. He'd kind of just like toss a guy. And
he'd toss a guy.
Or the other thing I was thinking about, like, well, no, this works in Blade when you're on equal footing. So, of course, they're going to come at Blade because he also has a... And that, of course, becomes the case later, but...
I mean, when we get
this
the
wants
character
to be
of Kiko,
Yeah.
who we'll meet very soon here, Roger Ewan, or however you pronounce his name, it is very them trying to go, see, he's like a Thai Blade.
Yeah, this thing really wants to be Blade, and Jesus Christ. It's not.
It doesn't succeed.
No.
Oh, it doesn't.
No, because they don't have the money or the skills to put together fight scenes like that. Not even remotely.
No.
And these and no work on character.
Nope.
At all. I mean, what can I say about any of the characters in this thing? They have no identity.
Essentially, girlfriend gets abducted.
Yeah.
She's already been drained a little bit,
Yeah.
and boyfriend sees her
he's keeping
on
her
their dirt bikes.
Yeah.
And she's just passed out. I don't know how you hold on to an unconscious person on a dirt bike if they're behind you.
I did think that too. Like, she's unconscious, but somehow still like grabbing onto him around his waist.
Yeah, how does that work?
That doesn't make any sense.
She would have to be in front of you, and that makes driving it impossible. But anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
or you throw her over like she's on a saddle, but then her hands and feet would be scraping the ground.
Because it's a dirt bike. It's not high enough to. So
no.
None of this.
So
this movie might not make sense.
Might not, but boyfriend does pursue.
His name is Connor, by the way. But I too wrote boyfriend for a long time in my notes, and also, of course, Connor is his name because he's like, I'm Connor. I'm an American in Thailand.
Yeah. By the way, has the character of Connor shown up on Angel at this point?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think Angel is
already over, right?
Probably ended right around this time. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, putting the name Connor in a vampire thing. I see you, movie. Anyway,
by the way, I could definitely use a Vincent Kartheiser in this.
I would take a Vincent Kartheiser.
Kartheiser, good actor, man. Really,
he's a good actor. That character was horrible.
That character was horrible. I'm so glad
that's not on him.
No, because I'm so glad then he got Mad Men. You're like, oh shit, this guy's really good.
Yeah, then you're like, real deal actor.
And
gotcha.
I know you're not a big Titans fan, but he fucking killed it as the Scarecrow on Titans.
When was he the Scarecrow?
Season 4, I want to say.
Oh, I didn't get there.
Yeah, season 4, he shows up as Jonathan Crane, and he is great and having so much fun with that character.
Does he look like the Scarecrow?
In parts. I mean, he spends a lot. You'll be upset he doesn't wear the Scarecrow outfit a lot.
Man,
but...
what the fuck? They're never gonna give the Scarecrow his Scarecrow outfit. I'm angry.
Hey, Cillian Murphy sometimes wore a burlap sack.
Yeah. I'm in my normal suit, but look at me, I've got a bag on my head.
Love the performance, though. Love the performance, but
of course, actually, very Jonathan Crane.
I mean, he has the most comic booky line in any of those movies when he goes, "The Batman."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Yeah, you get it, Cillian. You know what you're doing."
Yeah.
Maybe it's already happened by now, but definitely hoping the Doctor Doom rumors about him are true because he'd be great.
What?
Oh yeah. He's the name that keeps getting bandied about.
Fucking good Doom.
Wouldn't he be a great Doom?
As long as he's European.
Well, I would assume he would be. I mean, Cillian Murphy.
We have yet to get a European Doctor Doom.
He seems like a guy though who would go at the accents. I guess what I'm saying.
I have a feeling they're going to try and correct mistakes from previous Fantastic Four.
Isn't that almost the entire reason they're doing it? So they're fighting. We do it. Our vampire hunting good vampire Kiko shows up and just fucking decapitates this guy who then melts. And Connor is just kind of. That's weird.
Yeah, but the thing is he shows up and he's a badass looking bald Asian guy. He's got the katana.
Yeah,
he's dressed a little bit like Keon Kang from Kung Fu because he's got like
very
just
much
the gi, a red gi. Yeah. But he basically saves Connor and does the sword stuff, decapitates a dude, and
then the first of about 15 times in this movie that he goes, "Let it go, kid. You don't want any part of this."
Yes, it is every Yeah, it is very much walk hard.
It is. I know.
You
I
don't want none of this.
I just want.
I think I do want some
Tim
of that.
Meadows, get out of here, Connor. You don't want any part of this vampire shit.
Oh my god, I need to watch Walk Hard again. But
Legitimately
anyway, that
one of
movie
the
is
funniest
evergreen.
movies.
It is always fun.
That is one of the funniest movies ever. That is
Agreed.
That movie is brilliant and so good it destroyed the music biopic.
Yeah, but they continue to happen.
It's insane, I know, and it makes.
Can't wait for Priscilla, the other side of the Presley story.
I am kind of excited for that because that's at least a different take.
It's a different take,
and I can't wait for the Bob Marley movies. I thought where you're going, which looks very much in the Walk Hard vein.
Oh, I haven't seen.
There's a trailer for the Bob Marley getting the music biopic treatment.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Buffalo Soldier. Anyway, this.
So of course
the vampire looks at him.
Yeah.
With his vampire eyes.
Yeah.
And he goes.
Oh, they love those vampire eyes in this.
Oh,
movie.
they do. And he goes, "Do not follow me. If you do, I will kill you." And guess what? He doesn't. Because guess what? Connor not only follows him from a very ninja-like 8 feet away, all the way back to his mysterious mansion that's covered in vines and shit.
Yeah.
He creeps in the house. And what's more, not only is he never killed for following him.
Nope.
He keeps coming back to this house like he owns the fucking joint.
So he
There's
goes.
a whole.
So
he goes there. He goes to the cops the next day.
That's it exactly. He goes there.
Day.
He finds this. He goes. Okay, so that's where they live. All right. Then he goes to the cops. The cops blow him off. So then he goes back to the vampire house.
Yep.
During the day. Oh, actually, a sort of inadvertent good decision on his part to go there during the day and start poking around.
And while he's creeping around, he sees literal like vampires sleeping. Mm-hmm. And again, nothing registers on this guy's face.
Nope.
Let's say that he wasn't totally convinced of vampires. He goes there's asleep, and he's looking for people. He's walking through the mansion going, "Hello?"
By the way, they're all asleep, and they all have their hands crossed over them in classic like coffin pose, even though they're not in coffins.
If you were in someone's mansion trying to get someone's attention, and you walk in a room and a bunch of them are asleep, either you freak out and you leave because, oh, I realize this is weird, or you literally rap on the door and go, "Sorry to wake you guys. Hello?" But this guy just looks at him and is like, "Oh, they're vampires." Yeah, okay.
All right, okay.
Fuck this movie.
I see how this is going. Sure, vampires.
They're just not bothering to address anything, and they just expect you to go along with all of it.
They could give a shit, man. Really, it is just... And the thing is, and to build to nothing, there's not even a whole lot of fighting in this movie, so it's not like... I've seen a lot of action stuff movies where it's like, yeah, we don't care about the mythology, whatever, the story. It's just about getting to the fights. But even the fights aren't really a big part of this movie.
Nope.
So there's so much just walking around and stuff. It's really...
And 18 investigations of this mansion when everyone's asleep or they're gone. And then there's only the blind guy who's... Like,
oh God!
I will tell you the secrets of the thing.
The blind guy comes to nothing.
Yep.
So no, it's because he gets one of these vampires wakes up, starts fighting him. They burst out the side of this place, and the vampire's like, the sun, and goes back in. And then of course that's when what's his name? Rains is the old man vampire hunter who's like, yes, I'm a slayer.
Yeah, he actually comes up against Connor comes up against his eventual quasi love interest, who is the wooden voiced lady vampire.
God.
And she sort of like panthery leaps at him, but she leaps into a ray of sunlight. These are stupid vampires that also don't know what time of day it is.
Yep.
And she gets slightly burned, and he gets blown out the window, or he jumps, and he lands in some trash. Oh, thank God.
Oh, well, we all know trash is so safe to land in, according to movies.
And then the Slayers approach him, and they're like, you shouldn't be here, and you should go back home. And
another guy going, you don't want any part of this shit.
Yes.
Man.
And also another thing where they don't spend any time going like, do you know what they are? Instead, it is a thing of they go to a stranger who is an American.
Yeah.
Who they go, we're Slayers, pro Slayers.
Yes.
They're just assuming this guy will know that they mean that they hunt and kill vampires.
Yep. And talk about a nothing character. Not only is Rains barely a character, but how about the guy whose only character trait is that he stands next to Rains?
Yes,
They,
who's maybe the local contact, because this is an international gang of vampire slayers
well, and at some
that
point,
may be connected to the group
at some point
that our friend James Wood is
Jack
with.
Crow. You're talking about legendary vampire hunter Jack Crow.
And I was being facetious when I said our friend, because he's a stupid garbage man who's a good actor.
Very good actor, actually.
But a stupid garbage man.
Oh, I mean, the worst. It's such a bummer because I was always a huge fan of his. But
I hate when our heroes end up being stupid garbage people.
It's bad news. Yeah, and at some point, I'm sure there was a draft of the script where they were explicitly part of that whatever commando unit for the church.
Yes.
That
I'm
also
sure.
John Bon Jovi was a part of in the second one. So yes, he's like, you get out of here. Well, first they go, well, we better check him. And so they take him back to their lab where they like scan him and put him under thermal vision and stuff like that, whatever that is. And that's when they're like,
yeah, they're
all
like,
right.
See if he's been infected.
And he's like, I'm just trying to find my girlfriend. The guy's like, your girlfriend's fucking dead, man, or she's a vampire. Either way, take a hike, get back out of here. It's over.
In this mythology, they break it down. Here's what will happen. They will be feeding on her from time to time, and it'll be her choice. If she decides to join them, then they will turn her. If she decides not to join them, which I think what's nice is that apparently the victims do have some agency, but if she chooses not to join them, then they'll just drain her. That she'll just be food.
Yeah. I think that's dumb.
There you go.
I just think it takes away the whole idea of the monster consuming you aspect of the vampire, right? The whole idea of being taken over by the evil. It eliminates that, and now it's like it's either your choice, but not really, because
they do show like it is somewhat sort of seductive. Like every time she gets bitten, she's like, It's the most acting.
The most acting Meredith Monroe gets to do in this movie.
Pretty much.
And
you might think that she would be like, oh yeah, that stuff's awesome. I want to be a vampire now.
Yeah. I mean, and you have, of course, the leader of the bad vampires going like, don't fight it. The pain is from fighting it.
Yes.
Succumb.
Yes.
Be one of us.
Yeah.
And he is going full, I am a vampire acting in this thing.
Yeah, that's Neron.
Yeah, he's not good.
Our main bad guy.
He's trying though. I will say he's
trying.
He's better than our main guy.
He's a handsome dude.
Yep.
He has a good look to him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's no reason why.
So then what does he immediately do? This guy rejects him from helping them fight vampires. So he goes back once more to the mysterious house of vampires. Third visit to this house, by the way, you guys. And this is where he meets the blind guy who's like...
who can see things in a glass.
Yes, that's his big move.
Wow.
And so they love that very shitty overlay effect of putting footage on that glass. It looks horrible. And
At
they
first,
just keep
I was
going
getting
back
angry.
to it.
For half a second, my brain was actually trying to take information that was on screen and logic it. And then I was like, stop, Brendan, stop. Because for half a second, I was like, oh, is that supposed to be a reflection? Because they didn't reverse it. Because his hair is parted on the same side. And then I was like, oh, no, he's actually seeing through the glass.
Like,
that is a vision.
No, it's dumber
it's
than
not
that.
A reflection. Yeah.
It's
dumber than that.
You just thought the movie was making a mistake. No, it was choosing to do something stupid.
Yep.
Yeah, he meets this guy who tells us the exact same mythology we heard in the opening narration. Exactly the same thing.
Yep.
And then that we'll get it again. Then later the Sang, the female vampire, will tell him the same story. Maybe we get a
lot of explanations of it.
It's not that hard to understand, and none of it is as interesting. Once again, I'm not here to say John Carpenter's Vampires is a cinematic masterpiece, but like that vampire Valak, I think was his name. He wanted to make it so vampires could walk in the daytime. That's great. Yeah. That's a totally understandable threat with stakes that I grasp. Here, it's gobbledygook.
Here, it's just about if good gal vampire wins, there are no more vampires. If bad guy vampire wins, still vampires.
Yeah. I mean, thank God what the end of this movie, when they cure all the vampires, means. we don't get any more of these fucking vampire movies.
Yeah, that means they literally destroyed the John Carpenter vampire verse.
And
right
even John Carpenter's like, thank. Well, I just love the
he's like, oh please,
God,
let's never go back.
Well,
there,
it's got to be pretty, because Carpenter has a pretty loose, like, sure, man, whatever, as long as the check clears. So it's got to be pretty bad when even Carpenter's like, get my name off that shit.
Yeah. And this is shit.
Yeah, this is real shit. And like I said, Carpenter is just fine taking money from shit based on his stuff. So then you I love this scene where you have all the good vampires together going like, I don't know, this kid, he seems real determined. Should we work with him?
Yeah.
Is that he seems kind of cool.
Yeah. And
he doesn't.
Is there also during this the explanation for like or to the not Cameron, Connor?
Yeah.
Is it this where they say, "Oh, we're in league with those hunters"?
We
actually have a deal.
Oh no, there's another exposition scene because here he still leaves. He doesn't do anything once he's here because now he's got to go to the bad guys' hideout, and this is where he finds Meredith Monroe before she is kidnapped again after another fight scene.
The vampires keep their prey and even the bones of former prey.
Yeah, because you get what felt like 45 minutes of him wandering around looking at bodies, right?
It's just like this underground tunnel and somewhere. Yeah. And he actually, this actor, other than going, Amanda.
Yeah.
He gets one like, oh God,
oh no,
which you think he would have done when he saw someone decapitated.
Nope.
But instead, it's because he stumbles upon a skeleton.
Yep.
It's not about a fleshy being with blood and guts. Instead, a
skeleton
stumbles into a skeleton and goes, oh God.
A skeleton would be fairly disturbing to find, but I will say in the course of a body's decomposition, skeleton's about what I want to find,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's the least disturbing version of finding a dead body.
Yeah.
But then he doesn't react that way when there are actual people dying from being drained.
There are actual people that are still alive down there and reaching to him for help.
He's
kind of just like, fuck it. I'm still looking for Amanda.
Right,
sorry. Is your name Amanda? Then stop touching me. He doesn't give a shit about any of these people.
And so he finds her and he's like, I'm going to get you out of here. But here come the dirt bike By the way, this movie should have been called The Dirt Bike Vampires.
That would be as good a title.
It's a sequel to The Dirt Bike Kid with Peter Billingsley.
Or the BMX Bandits with our friend, what's her name?
Who's in BMX Bandits? I can't remember now.
No, it's
Nicole
Kidman.
That's right. It's young, very curly-haired Nicole Kidman.
Very curly Australian hair.
When she had the big frizzy red hair, man. That's
the first movie that really broke her was Dead Calm.
Dead Calm. Good
and
movie.
Man, she is full.
Oh, it's crazy. Out. And I think it's almost immediately after that stops.
Yeah, she's like, oh wait, Hollywood's a calling.
Yeah,
I'm straightening this hair.
Yeah. And then there's sort of a middle ground of frizzy, but a little bit more under control, which is like Days of Thunder. Yeah.
And then eventually she looks like an alien thanks to plastic surgery.
The scariest thing in that Aquaman trailer is Nicole Kidman's face. And it makes me so sad because...
It makes me sad. Beautiful woman.
Good actress. Now makes it tough to act when your face can't fucking move.
Just like with Meg Ryan.
Yeah.
It's like, just age.
And
just age.
Like they if we saw them without that plastic surgery, we'd be like, oh my God. I'm sure they'd still be stunning, older looking women.
That's right.
But they just can't. That's
curse you, Hollywood.
Curse you indeed. All right. So anyway, I just love he finds her, gets her out of there, and then immediately they take her back. And it's just this movie.
He fails at his rescue attempt.
Okay, the only beat that feels like it's from the John Carpenter thing is this moment here where we see the Slayer and his assistant pull a vampire out via the winch that's the only thing that is directly from Carpenter's Vampires.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and you're like,
it's okay. We see them do a raid, and they're doing the same tactic, which is basically spear a vampire with a Jeep winch and drag them out in the sun so they'll blow up.
Right. And so they're like, yep, good, yeah, that's good. But this this guy doesn't have nearly the energy of a James Woods.
No, and again, as you
Cinema's
pointed
greatest
out,
dirtbag vampire hunter.
he has done some fine acting, this
Yeah.
gentleman, but he's terrible in this. Patrick Bacall.
Yeah, he could give a shit. And I was just watching Panic Room the other day because I've been watching all of Fincher's movies. Panic Room's great. Oh, okay. So now
You're such a shill for Big Panic Room. I swear to
love
God.
Big Panic Room, man.
You keep getting all that money under the table.
I'll tell you,
Big
you know
Panic Room
what it
owns
is.
You.
It's just the acting career of Dwight Yoakam that has me under the just. I don't talk about his music. I only talk about his acting.
Surprisingly good actor. I swear to God. I watched when Sling Blade. I was like, holy fuck,
so
that guy
good
can
in
act.
that. And Sling Blade was really just him going like, sure, Billy Bob will be in your movie. And then it turned into like, oh, he's actually an insanely good character actor that has now become like a second career for him. And he's
for him.
legit terrifying in Panic Room. He's really, really good in that movie. All
right.
Folks, I do shill for Big Panic Room. Especially when I have to watch a movie like this, I'm going like, take me back to the days of Panic Room.
Take me back.
Yeah. By the way, I would love to see a Fincher. You know, Fincher, I don't know if you saw this recently. They were talking about Fincher almost directed Blade. And had
really?
Well, Fincher's come close
Well,
to
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Fincher's come close to it. He's a comic book guy, and so he's come close to a few superhero movies.
I don't know if I need to see him do superhero, but that is a guy who should be doing more in supernatural and horror films.
I would love to see that.
I mean, for all the shit, I'll give Alien 3. And one thing I will say,
it's beautifully shot. I mean, it's exceptionally well shot.
And also, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo that's a horror movie. And
absolutely.
It's shot so
Seven.
tensely,
I mean, Seven is a monster
atmospherically,
movie, really, right? Like, I mean, you know, a lot of his movies are scary. Even though
yeah,
they're not,
so he needs to do an actual.
And he's come. There's a lot of stuff he's almost done. Or his. By the way, folks, go look up his pitch for Spider-Man, where he wanted to open with the death of Gwen Stacy, and Sony was just like, Jesus, no. He's like, no, it's about his lowest moment, and he's tortured, and he has an existential crisis. They're like, for Christ's sake, man, we want to sell toys to kids. Are you out of your mind?
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So anyway, we get our bald vampire guy saves him here, and tells this is where he finds out not only are they in league with the Slayers, but this guy used to be a Slayer until he got turned, but then was able to keep his morality somehow.
Yeah,
that's vague to me.
Sure. The people at his mansion are all vampires that are willfully drinking animal blood, choosing not to drink human blood.
They're all angels, if you will.
Yeah, and underneath the leadership of what's her name, who's going to
Sang,
who's going to get rid of the curse forever. And again, to do so, they've even partnered with the Slayers.
Right.
The idea is that the Slayers will help them with the bad guys who are still too powerful. Apparently, in this mythology, if you drink from humans, you are a more powerful vampire than the ones that don't.
Right.
So they're like, our numbers are strong, but they're still stronger than us. So we need the Slayers. They'll help us. We'll finish the curse together. It's an uneasy alliance, but it'll hopefully work.
Yes.
And besides, that eclipse is like in 2 days. We got the ticking clock.
I did think it's real lucky this guy joined up with them right before this plan needs to happen.
It's real lucky that some douchebag American Muay Thai fan ended up in Thailand just in time for this.
This thing does suffer from one of the things I hate of any American-produced martial arts movie, which is just like, thank God this white guy is here to be better than us, the people who originated.
Kind of like the white savior complex, but this is the white champion, because
it's a huge problem.
Even though it's our native techniques, this guy's the best there will ever be.
I fucking hate that in martial arts
movies. And he's
movies.
a white guy.
It's such a problem in martial arts films in particular. Because it's just like, I mean, you can have Americans in there, but if it's an American-produced martial arts movie, then it probably is like Yeah, now
Jean-Claude Van Damme is the master of every country's martial arts fighting style.
Yeah.
And the sooner that the entire world just realizes he is the greatest fighter that will ever be.
Yeah. I mean, hey man, I'll take kickbox over this if you want another Thai-based martial arts thing.
I'll take Kick Puncher over this.
Actually, you know what? I'll take any Van Damme movie over this. Seriously, even his worst movie is still going to be better than this because at least he's watchable.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got.
True.
Like the guy's not the world's greatest
he's not
actor.
a good actor, but he
got
has that
charisma. Exactly. This guy
and it's actually fun to watch him be a bad actor.
Yeah,
this is painful watching this guy be a bad actor.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So we get the whole thing about the eclipse and sacrificing the vampires.
Yeah.
Whatever. Meanwhile, the evil vampires there's just this random scene where they're just massacring a nightclub.
Yeah.
And you're like,
because again, they were like, "Hey, did you guys see Blade?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. That'd be cool. Let's do that.
Yeah. Well, we can do like 1/80th of that.
Yeah. We can get 8 extras in a room with a disco ball.
Oh man, it is very clear. It is doing that classic cheap movie thing of like, here's a pocket of people. Cut to here, it's the same people we've rearranged where they are, and so we'll just keep every corner of the room has the same 6 people. Just
no one's gonna catch it.
No, not in this movie, because this movie is on in the background as it should be.
Jeez.
So
there's apparently a roaming camera in this nightclub, so you see the vampire biting a woman's throat, and his image is being projected of him biting the woman's throat up on the big screen of the club. And you're like, oh, that's cool. Said nobody.
This director thought it was awesome, though. What an idea!
Sure did.
This is what people are going to remember from this movie.
Guarantee this guy was proud of what he did.
Yeah, man. And look, I know it's tough to make movies, but
oof.
Yeah, I know. It's still just like, come on, man. When you're making something like this, I can never imagine somebody's going like, oh, this is gonna rule.
Yeah.
I can't fathom. You have to know. We get Connor creepily watching Sang where she's in her wedding dress.
Yes.
And he's like,
sorry. It's a thing of like, oh, I'm sorry. I knocked on the door. I didn't know.
It was
like,
open.
Dude, you literally stood there for 15 minutes watching her. And there's
this like sexual tension between them, but also we're supposed to want him to get back with Meredith Monroe.
The whole thing is
makes no
he
sense.
is willing, literally, and this is something they I guess proposed, is in order for him to help them in their fight against the bad vampires, he's going to turn himself.
Yeah.
And he's going to let them turn him, so he will be a badass white boy Muay Thai fighting vampire. But this is all for Amanda. And yet he walks into this lady's room, not just so she can bite his neck and turn him.
They have to have sex.
But let's have sex.
I didn't understand that. I did not understand that.
Well, John, later on I'll explain why it's a special feeling when a man and a woman get together.
Tell me more, Brendan.
Maybe I will.
I will tell you about birds and bees.
And bees.
Yeah.
And what they do.
And vampires, apparently. This really this sex scene, like, it's just like the movie just goes, oh, we gotta have a sex scene in here.
Yep.
Right?
It ticks a box.
Yeah. And then of course, because this director thinks he's being cool, he's like, well, it's gonna get really fucking trippy. Yeah, right? It's gonna be a trippy sex. So at a certain point, while the woman is riding him, she turns into Meredith Monroe, but she's got blood on her mouth. And then of course, by the way, he's like, do we have any more B-roll footage of the Bangkok streets or anything like that we can sort of put? Because at a certain point, he's having sex with her, but having these visions of the streaking headlights of the streets, and then the woman standing there all in white. Sang is standing there looking at him, going like, oh. Man, it is it's bad. And it goes on, and once again, it's an 81-minute movie, but I swear 75 minutes of it was this scene.
Yep.
Just everything in this movie. I'm always amazed at how poorly paced something can be.
They wanted us to see a lot of random B-roll of Thailand, and they wanted us to have an endless dream / sex scene. Because that is what you want in your vampire movie.
Yes. Of course.
Also, we haven't even gotten to the really long dirt bike chase scene.
Well, of course not. We have to get there because
Oh,
well, this really upset me because he's in trouble at a certain point. I don't
yes.
even know where anyway, and Sang comes and saves him, but then this really pissed me off. Then he's like, "I'll ride the bike."
I know.
God, that infuriated me.
I know. He
Oh.
comes in just being like, "Yeah, no, I got this.
I ain't riding, bitch."
I ain't riding, bitch." And also, what I thought was hilarious. This is similar to, this is similar to any movie that has in a fight scene, they'll show you a guy getting injured, and they'll make a real point of showing you how that happened, and it makes sense. But then a couple minutes later, it's like the villains forgot how. In that chase scene, when he's on the bike and they go by the bad vampires on dirt bikes, one of them has his own sword out or blade, and it makes perfect sense. Slices the arm of Muay Thai guy as he's on the bike.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one pass. Then the guy gets to the end of the bridge and they turn around and then somehow are able to stump the bad guy vampires by what? They turned around and now going in the other direction.
Yep.
And when they pass by the bad guy vampires, no one then says, "Oh, you know it worked before, that thing with the sword. They're coming right by us. Stick your sword out. You could probably chop the guy in half."
Nope.
No. Not at all. Instead, they're so befuddled that we spend about 2 minutes with them trying to turn their bikes around.
You know who wouldn't have forgotten about that? Deacon Frost.
Deacon Frost would never have forgotten that.
These guys, I need Deacon Frost. Donald Logue puts these guys to shame in that movie.
Oh, man. Donald Logue as a subordinate vampire making quips about like his cool sunglasses or whatever. I want that all the time.
And of course, as we talked about in that episode, that was the thing where they just kept putting him in
They're
more
like,
of the movie.
that guy's gold. He's going to come up with stuff on his own.
He was supposed to
Follow
die like
him.
3/4 of the way earlier in the movie or whatever. And they're just like, no, this guy's too good.
This guy is too effing good.
I don't know of anything that isn't improved by Donald Logue, though, to be fair. That guy.
That guy, again, love him.
Yep. Always great. And check out his episode of What We Do in the Shadows because it's so fucking funny.
It is great.
Yep. So, yeah, anyway, though, we then have to get, because it's a cheap action movie, we have to get slow motion dirt bikes going off of a ramp. Well, and of course, the thing we don't realize until the end of this, of course, this is all happening right at dawn, obviously.
And again, the vampires have just gotten so caught up. They have no idea that their hour of death is at hand.
This seems to be a big problem in vampire movies that we've discovered. Big problem for movie vampires.
Basically, a couple of the pursuing vampires figure it out. And by the way, somehow Sang seems to be okay because Connor, I guess, jumps his bike immediately into a copse of trees or something.
Yes, I did love that. He immediately like scoots it under like some shade or something like that, and it's like, that's fine.
But literally 5 seconds later, the only vampire biker who actually succeeds going up the ramp after them, when he comes out,
this is my favorite part of
the
the movie.
first blast of sun hits him, and he doesn't just go up. He kind of explodes. He's on fire.
My favorite part of the movie is it's in slow motion. He's also jumping his bike.
Yes.
And they do cut into a close where he's like, whoa!
Yes. And then there's this actually pretty good shot, which is, again, unnecessarily
it's
from underneath
cool.
the bike up while it's jumping. And it's in slow-mo. And we see that
someone saw
if
Mission
it's a
Impossible
guy,
2, right? Like,
I think the stunt was probably the actor too.
Oh yeah, because this is not a character.
They don't have the money to make a very him face mask.
No.
But it's basically that guy. We can tell it's still sunglasses vampire dude.
What?
And there's fire on him. He's on fire. And that's not CG. I was like,
no.
Right.
Oh, no. No, this 100% feels like a part you would give to a stunt guy, right? Because he basically has no lines, and he just kind of has to stand there. Like, they give a lot of henchman parts.
And then we see the bike hit the ground, and the steaming, charred body
yeah.
just clunks down after it. And again, yeah,
it's the best part of the movie.
Yes, I needed something.
Yeah, I know.
I'll take it.
It's the only like mildly interesting action beat, kind of unique vampire death. Once again, like a Blade movie would have done it better, but hey, you're trying.
Yep.
But also, what's great is it's the classic thing we always complain about on the action shelf. It is the most dramatic death for a total nothing character.
Absolutely.
It's not a main villain death or anything. It's a guy we don't know at all. He's just sort of been other than he's just been about.
We get a main villain blow up in this, but it's not as good.
It's not satisfying.
It's sort of off screen because the hero is running away from the explosion.
Oh, because he has to dramatically dive away from an explosion in slow motion.
Yeah. Which, generally speaking, is something I try to work into my own life. Just like going down the street, I'll do a lot of that.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Mr. Jones, are you okay? Yeah, I was just diving out of the way of that explosion. What explosion, sir? What explosion?
In high school, a friend of the show, Mike Gergoni, used to talk about any movie got the Gergoni stamp of approval if a guy dove, ran, or anything from an explosion in a movie. And he was just like, 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up, says 17-year-old Mike Gergoni.
It does make sense knowing him. Yeah.
He's just like, well, that's all I need. Whatever else happens. So this movie, 2 thumbs up probably from a high school Mike Gergoni.
Well, and actually, Mike Gergoni.
We've had him on the show enough that I don't know this wouldn't at least get 1 thumb up from a modern day Mike Gergoni.
Wouldn't he be bored just like we were?
I think he would be, but he has defended some real crap on this show.
Yeah.
I love Gergoni, but man, he is a real sucker for genre elements that even I can't go with sometimes. Then we get everybody. Okay, now it's time to get ready for the eclipse is coming, and they're only gonna have 17 minutes. Well, that's not a lot of time. Exactly.
Yeah, and the whole thing here boils down to
ticking clock, man.
This is all very convenient also, that the place they have to be, the place where the original murder took place and Sang has to go there, is in the same town and probably just a few blocks away. But anyway, so they know that bad vampire Neron and his bikers will show up, but their ace in the hole are those slayers who are going to be in sniper positions.
Oh yeah, you this is a sign of cheapness. When they show all the Slayer guys loading up their crossbows, they just are completely black behind them. There's nothing. Yeah. There's
nothing there. And I do like whatever the guy's name is, Reigns, where he's like going. They make the sort of, did you get the call out to all available Slayers? He's like going, we've got people coming in from China and blah 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 and Korea. It's like excellent. You're like, we're not going to see them.
No, you get no sense of
that they're on their way. That's good.
You get no sense. It seems like there's about 5 guys there.
There's 5 guys. And apparently around this spot, I guess it's like a construction area because they're up in scaffolding.
Yeah,
the sniper.
But it's also like an old temple or military base, or because that's
I think it was like a dig site.
Yeah, because they talk about that.
I think they were uncovering the thing.
It's so specific what she has to do for this final thing, because she has to be there for the eclipse in the exact spot where she drank human blood for the first time, and and then
she has to give up her spirit or whatever as the eclipse happens.
Yeah, that's the thing. She has to willingly let herself be killed by the eclipse. So oh god, it's so dumb.
By the way, you never got back to me on whether you were willing to die under the eclipse.
Oh well, unclear, man. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you let me know, because we missed this eclipse that just happened.
That's right. We did just miss an eclipse, and I still have, maybe next time.
Okay. All right. Well, I like make sure
there is some line where it's like, if she doesn't get it this time, we're gonna have to wait another 800.
Yeah,
years.
It's like, well, you'll have another chance in another 800 years.
I also love the emotional scene before. Once again, while they're getting already the emotional. By the way, I put that in quotes there. The emotional scene where he's like, "It's just not fair that you have to give up your life for all this." And she does say, she goes, I've lived 900 years, all right? I've seen so much death and turmoil in my time. Believe me, it's fine. And he's still just like,
I'm ready to go. Ready to go.
And also, like, she's living with the guilt of this action of hers has led to untold chaos and death. And he's just like, but goddamn, what a waste. You're so hot.
You're so hot.
But I just met you.
To, like, damn, girl.
Yeah. Wait, don't you have a girlfriend who's your whole impetus to say...
Amanda!
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Right. And I gotta say, no offense, I would end up with Meredith Monroe any day of the week, only because, if nothing else, she has inflections in her voice.
I believe I could carry on a conversation. This woman's going to put me to
Stephanie
sleep.
Chow is lovely.
Yeah.
But God damn.
I will say, not many credits for Stephanie Chow.
Just a piece of wood.
Not a whole lot of... we've talked about this.
Model turned actress, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. And we've talked about this, that really the good looks truly can get you a foot in the door, but you don't last. Like, really, that's it. Talent, I really do. In general, talent generally, wins out in Hollywood.
Yes.
For the most part.
Yeah,
it does kind of shake out.
Put on there, but more often than not, talent will out.
Yeah, in general, most very successful actors are good at their craft to have like a long-standing career. You can't be this bad and like still be acting, really. No. Although, I mean, for the guy, he's got at least enough of something for Hallmark to keep him employed. Because they just need... I always say that about them.
They need hunks.
Well, they need hunks. And I do often find, specifically in the Hallmark movies in general, at least the ones I've seen, it is the men who are the dullards. They usually get pretty... You get Lacey Chabert or Alicia Witt or, people
it's
who can,
almost always
who are
apologies likable. To anyone that's offended by what I'm about to say, but they're very much aimed at women, and the women therefore are the interesting characters and the relatable ones that have personality quirks.
Yeah.
And the guys, and this is fine, they become objects of they're objectified. They are handsome, usually non-threatening.
Well, I was gonna say they're it's very interesting because like my mom watches every Hallmark movie and they are objectified in they are baking in sweater. It's like it's not there's no like shirtless scene in those movies because they're so chaste and asexual. It's all about like
novelty books that actually always sold well at Powell's that I would see on our shelves that were like humor books, and it was like porn for women.
Yeah.
And it was extremely handsome guys doing things like baking or vacuuming and fully clothed. That the whole thing is just like, oh man, that's hot. Look at that guy care for a puppy. And you're like, that's it.
I once again recommend you can go watch online. Several years ago, SNL did a very funny parody of Hallmark movies where they did like a commercial for this year's Hallmark movies, and they just showed that the douchebag city boyfriend, and he's on the phone going, "Come on, Carol, it's either me or Christmas." And it's just it is just that thing where it's like.
Actually, that's not a parody. That is basically dialogue.
It might as well be because, like, all the guys are like, well, I just decorated the Christmas tree, and there's
the clear asshole and the clear sweetheart, and of course they're going to end up with the sweetheart at the end.
Of course, and and they will very chastely kiss, and that is as far as things will go. Maybe they get married,
unless you watch Hallmark After Dark.
That's
and
right.
Stuff gets hot.
But I don't pay. You are the one who pays for that extra cable package just for that.
They are doing naughty naked all the time.
But still Christmas themed.
Oh yeah, a lot of Santa hats
because it has to be
on during
all right. So anyway, a bunch of fighting happens now, and it's all pretty boring. It's
pretty boring.
Boy, they got some wires for a day or so, didn't they? Because they're really trying to wire. This is where I was definitely thinking about Matrix as well when they're doing these backflips on wires and stuff, and you're like, it's not very well done.
The one plot point that's happening during the fight is the good guys keep going to themselves during the fight. Why aren't the Slayers helping us out?
Right.
And then they're like, well, maybe they're waiting for the right moment. It's like time is running out.
We only have 17 minutes. Didn't you hear that scene earlier?
We find out what happened.
We find out what happened because our main guy Connor And
Connor and Neron
they end up crashing,
doing a one-on-one fight underground.
They crash through the ground, so they're underground. And when Connor ultimately just impales him with a pipe, that was enough to kill a vampire.
Yep, that did it.
Okay, that seems to contradict everything we've seen prior to that.
And he also didn't do any kind of decaying or anything.
No, he just kind of died. I did think that was really weird. Yeah. But anyway.
Especially since he's almost as old as Sang.
I know. I thought that was strange. But when he comes back, when Connor comes back up onto the surface, all the vampires are dead, even the good ones, and they're all peppered with bolts and crossbows.
Then Rains comes out, and Connor's like, "Dude, what the fuck did you do?" And he goes, "Are you an idiot?" He goes, "We double-crossed them. We killed them all. We're going to make such a bounty off all these vampires."
Yeah, we get paid for vampires, man.
We get paid to kill vampires. That's our livelihood. So, of course, we're not going to allow this thing to happen where she wipes out all vampires. And he's like, "You fucking dick." I think that's the actual dialogue.
You dick.
You're such a dick.
Why do you have to be such a dick, man? Oh. That would be more realistic to how I think this guy would react to something. But
yeah, pretty much.
Why, man? Come on.
You're such a ball bag.
What? yeah, exactly. And so he's like, so Sang is wounded but still alive, and he's like, "All right, bro, just give." He doesn't, but he should say, "Give me your crossbow."
I can't remember what happens to the Slayers, and they apparently are not aware she's still around.
Yeah, I don't fully understand. They're all just kind of standing there.
Yeah, but essentially, she's able to finish the ritual.
Well, because she's still like, and so Connor goes like, "Well, okay, man, at least let me be the one to put her out of her misery."
That's it.
And
he tells them that he's going to go down and kill Sang.
And he's like, "Give me your crossbow."
Yeah, and they're like, "Okay." He goes, "I want to be the one to do it. Put her out of her misery."
But then, of course, he immediately turns the crossbow on Rains.
Yes.
And it's like, "That's it, man. We're going down there, and she's going to finish the..." Which I don't understand why somebody couldn't just shoot him right here. But whatever.
I know. He uses the crossbow in this scene as if it's some sort of like wide spray weapon.
Yeah, I know.
Because
he should have a grenade or something, right?
He goes, "Put him down, put him down," and he's moving the cross. That's one bolt. Yeah. He's got one bolt, but he keeps like swinging around like, "I could take you all out."
He's not holding Rains like as a human shield. He's just standing there, and they're all like, "Oh shit, he has the same weapon as us."
One bolt, and one of us might get it.
He might take one of us out. Anyway, so
stupid. A crossbow you cannot hold off groups of people with. Just back up, man. I got a crossbow, and I'm not afraid to use the bolt.
He's crazy. He just might do it.
Yeah, Black Bart holding a gun on himself is about as... It makes as much sense.
He's a desperate man.
The sheriff's gonna get it. Won't someone help that poor man?
Oh, just once again, other much better films.
Of course, and a comedy that makes more logical sense than this supposed
infinitely
drama.
More. That movie holds up way better than this.
Oh Christ!
So it's so convoluted once again though, because it's like, all right, I am taking you down into where the ceremony is happening so that you can be blown up.
Yeah, and essentially, even before.
Which, did we know that she was going to explode with like massive force? Did anyone say that?
Well, no, but also that's not. I guess that's the end of the ceremony. But we actually see her spirit leave her body and like go into the sky.
They did talk about that too. That's also is weird when he's like, "Oh, it's so unfair that you have to die." But earlier they had said like, "Well, she's not really dying as much as she's like ascending her spirit." I mean, like it's all
So we see that, but apparently also there's an explosion that's going to be involved because he has to run out.
And somehow he knows that because he forces Rains to stay there and get blown up as punishment. Yeah, but then also, when he gets back outside, the other Slayers are just like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess that's the end of that."
Well, I guess I think Chili's is hiring. They all ended up working at a time. And that's the end of the Slayers.
It's a Bangkok Chili's.
One night in a Bangkok Chili's.
That was the sequel to Bangkok Dangerous that never got off the ground. Bangkok. It's a Bangkok Chili's.
Now,
Oh
sir, would you say
no!
it's just a Chili's or is it a Bangkok Chili's?
Oh no!
It's a Bangkok
It's a
Chili's.
Bangkok Chili's.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
this is the
So that's
it's
and then so yeah, she explodes, and then we have to once again see him go back. Amanda, because now he has to go. They couldn't. I love they convolute this way to get Reigns down in the temple to explode, but they can't come up with a reason why Meredith Monroe would be at the final thing. So we have to have him go back to the vampire hideout after all the vampires have been cured and go, Amanda, are you here?
And you would think that when they're, I mean, okay, she's had a lot of blood taken from her, but she still seems to be pretty much on the way. I kept expecting it to be the twist of the lame twist of she bites him or something, or is like
100%.
I've already turned. But then again, she couldn't have done that. Now that I think about it, because all vampires are gone,
or have any reaction,
even
which is
Connor,
she has none.
She has none. She is like a corpse, and he picks her up. Is like it's gonna be okay. And guess what? They fly back home, and they're not talking.
The thing I really thought is when she's staring out the window and it's her reflection, I really thought it was going to be then Fangs.
But you couldn't have that.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Vampires are gone.
Yeah, but why not in this?
But we also had in his nightmare, that's why you were expecting it. In his nightmare, the exact same shot of her in the airplane window,
which is black, right? It's at night, so it's her face all in the black of night around her.
Yeah, so but they're like, oh, maybe this was intentional that they gave you a tease of what could have happened.
No, it's just this weird attempt at sadness, except nobody said anything, and I never had much of a sense of their relationship to begin with.
Which, other than it was bad, and not in a good place.
And he fucked that vampire woman.
Oh, he did, and she doesn't even know about that. Should we tell her?
Yeah. No, babe, it was okay. At a certain point, she turned into you in a vision.
So it was kind of like I was doing both of you, but not.
Yeah, it was like
totally consensual, though. Just keep in mind, consensual.
It was like a weird, trippy threesome, sort of.
Kind
of. Anyway,
that's the important thing to keep in mind is that this movie ended.
All right, so this movie's over. Yay. But first, I just want to get one brief aside from somebody who apparently disagrees with us that this is a bad movie, Brendan.
No.
I just want to read. This is one of two. Somehow there are 2 10-star reviews on IMDb.
Whoa.
This is by Darth Nax. Okay. I'm not familiar with that Star Wars character. But his
somehow
review,
Darth Nax came back.
Darth Nax. He's one of those guys who only has a name as an action figure. And so his review is titled "Unknown, Unwatched, and Not at All Bad." This movie isn't bad at all, even if it's not terribly original. The premise is one of good vampires versus evil vampires, with the obligatory mortal stuck in the middle. They must do that because they think it helps people relate. Okay. The setting of the movie is Thailand.
The movie put a mortal in it.
The lead actor is a normal human amateur Muay Thai fighter. He teams up with professional vampire hunters to find and kill the vampires responsible for turning his girlfriend. Overarching the story is one of the vampire's creator trying to undo the curse that brought vampires into being, a curse for which she is responsible. The production values are better than most low-budget horror flicks. I'd say it's on par with a lot of low-budget horror flicks we've seen. The action is also well done. Strong disagree. Acting is passable, but the overall story is weak but well told. The biggest downfall of this movie, it being so action-oriented all, is that there's an atmosphere-setting type scenes that drag on too long. Interrupts the flow of the movie without really adding anything significant. If you like these types of movies, this will be a treat. If you're bored and need something to watch, this is a decent choice. If you like comedies and dramas, there's nothing to see here. 10 out of 10. He gave it a perfect score.
I don't understand. From you reading that, that's an intelligent person who is actually making intelligent statements and opinions, expressing opinions clearly, concisely.
Did he
They're just wrong.
Did he lean on his keyboard and accidentally hit 10 stars?
That has to be.
It's got to be, because it's not a. I mean, he's much kinder to the movie than we were, but still, he does recognize at least some of the problems.
Jesus, man.
I don't know, man. Anyway, but I also like, if you're looking for comedy or drama, you're not gonna find any of that here.
Yeah. Well, you would want a little drama, wouldn't you? In this one, maybe a little.
I mean, yeah,
No, you're not gonna get it.
There's no comedy or drama. Then what's in the movie?
Dirt bikes,
Yeah, but plenty of dirt bikes. I will
Muay
say,
Thai,
if you were only looking for dirt bikes and Muay Thai, they are in this movie. They're not
if
well
you
done,
are
but they're
looking for the Venn diagram film that is vampires, Muay Thai,
Yeah.
and dirt bikes, this is kind of your only option.
I
So
think this is
enjoy.
it. But in general, we firmly do not recommend this movie. I think
No, this is bullshit.
it is really bad, and I had to watch it with commercials on Tubi, which made it all the worse.
I know. Me
Made
too.
it a little bit longer, which is not fun.
Nope.
Well,
And
next,
it was the same damn commercial over. and over.
yeah. I don't know why they can't do something about that, but
No.
yeah. Anyway, Brennan, as I was telling you before this, we've got a long run of vampire movies coming up on this show. This kicks off the next couple months are all vampire movies for us.
Vampires are my favorite monsters, and
Yep.
Dracula my favorite of the vampires. But even I sit there going like, dude, seriously? I'm gonna have to watch some very different horror movies in between.
We are, but we've hopefully the next 2 weeks we're back with another 2-part TV miniseries, and we are returning to Salem's Lot, but not watching a return to Salem's Lot exactly,
Which we already did.
Yes, no, this is the 2004 adaptation of Salem's Lot, starring Rob Lowe. This was from the TNT network.
As novelist Ben Mears.
As novelist Ben Mears, Rob Lowe is playing, yeah. Another hunk. We had David Soul, now we have Rob Lowe.
That's right. But Rob Lowe has never sung "Baby, Baby." No, that's not his.
No, it's "Don't Give Up on Us."
Yeah, don't give up on us, baby.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
I got my
that's
70s
it.
one-hit wonders mixed up.
Yeah. One of my favorite parts of that Starsky and Hutch movie is that they had Owen Wilson sing that.
And he can't sing at all, which is very, very funny.
Well, that's very accurate then. But no, good cast because we've got Rob Lowe as Ben Mears, Andre Braugher is playing Burke,
Damn.
Donald Sutherland is Straker,
Damn.
and Rutger Hauer is Barlow. That's great casting. I'm excited to see
That's great.
that.
That means that Barlow might actually have dialogue.
He does. I think that was kind of the main impetus behind this, was to do something a little bit closer to the book. I remember watching this on TV when it was on, and I have not seen it since, so I don't remember it super well. Oh, we also have James Cromwell playing Father Callahan. So, I mean, really good cast. And in my memory, this was okay. This was pretty good.
I will trust you.
I know
I never saw this.
There's a lot of people who are like, no, don't ever. That original miniseries is a classic. It's perfect. It is, but it's. I mean, it's great. We loved it, but there is another take. There's stuff they didn't do in the book. So
we have seen multiple versions of multiple things,
and they're as we are recording this, they have already filmed another Salem's Lot movie that will be coming out soonish.
I'm hoping it's good.
Yeah. But
you know what would be cool is if they made that a period piece.
Yeah, it would.
I doubt they will, but
Yeah.
I mean, it would be great if it was set in the 70s when he wrote it.
We also have Samantha Mathis, who I love in this too. So
I love Samantha
Mathis playing Susan Norton in it. So good cast. Good
Yep.
cast. We'll see. Like I said, I haven't seen it since it was on in 2004, and it was a bit. I remember it's 2004, but still, it feels like a million when I go like, I remember seeing the TV guide ad, when they would have it was the black and white, like full page poster. I was like, oh, sweet. They're going to be doing Salem's Lot with Rob Lowe.
Oh, I miss TV guides.
I know. And also just when things like that happen, when it was just like, I didn't hear about this being filmed. It was more just like, oh, it's going to be on next week.
Yeah. Suddenly it just happens.
Yeah. That was exciting, man. And, really though excited about Andre Braugher. He's one of my absolute favorite actors.
Andre Braugher is a god that walks among us.
Really is one of our finest actors. I love Andre Braugher. So
and thank God for someone giving him an outlet for comedy.
And dude, he talked about that. They talked about that. He was like, I don't know why you want me. I'm not funny. So this is a little, And
he kills.
It's
he slays.
A brilliant comedy performance. So anyway, the next 2 weeks we'll be spending in Salem's Lot. Back with the vampires there. But
I hope we'll hear some very authentic Maine accents.
I'm sure Rob Lowe's gonna really go for it with our Maine accent.
That sounds good.
That's all right. I am curious. What is Rutger Hauer just gonna be Dutch?
Well, he doesn't have to be anything.
No,
the nice thing is that Barlow's centuries old. He can be whatever the fuck he wants.
That's true. So we will check that out next week and the week after on the show. But that's going to do it for this week's episode of Campbell and Jones Meet the Monsters. I'm John Campbell.
I'm Brendan Jones.
And remember, there are such things as monsters.
No, thank you, your oyster.